Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tea Time. Remember, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. And today I am joined by Harrison. We just had a fantastic podcast. And as per usual, we're here for Tea Time to talk our shit. What are you drinking today, Harrison?
I'm drinking the Mucho Mango Arizona. Tune in.
Go-to flavor?
What are you drinking? What are you drinking?
I'm original today. I'm original today. Usually I go a little crazy. If you're not a professional Arizona iced tea drinker if you don't shake it before you drink it. Just so you guys know. But yeah, so I just went with the original today, and as a matter of fact, this is actually my second can because I woke up with a hangover, and for some reason, that's the first thing I fucking grabbed.
You know what's crazy? This is my second Arizona also.
It's the same Mucho Mango?
No. I actually had a half and half a little bit earlier, like throughout this afternoon, right before the video.
The simplicity of $1.
$1. Can't beat it.
Well, yeah, we're here for tea time. We're going to shoot the shit. We're going to talk about some stuff that's been going on. You just mentioned to me that Kanye's married. I was like, what? I didn't know that was actually just happened.
Which is crazy to me because I feel like Kanye got into like a hiatus. So like he was kind of off the map after everything happened with him getting canceled and things of that nature. And out of nowhere, like today, he didn't. I don't even know I don't know if he announced it or how it even came out, but yeah, he did get married.
I'm sure TMZ saw him creeping, bro.
Definitely creeping. I guess he got married to an architect by the name of Bianca Sensori.
Okay.
If I'm saying that correctly.
Sounds like a nice last name. I bet she's a dime.
Yeah, I bet she really is.
I bet she's a dime. No, you were just talking about when he got canceled and shit, and I'm like, yeah, man, cancel culture's pretty intense.
No,
cancel
too
culture's
intense.
pretty intense.
Like,
you just got to be careful out there.
Especially nowadays, like you really have to be careful. That's another thing. Like I feel like everyone should be careful on what they post on the media. Even if you're not big right now, you never know. Like one day the time will come where you do get big, and then you know how these fans are. Like they'll dig deep in your past. They'll find things that you don't even know still existed. Like, yeah. So it's like you really got to be careful nowadays.
I mean, Joe Rogan was just slinging the N-word out there willy-nilly, and then, now they have a compilation of him saying it all the time. I'm like, damn, is this shit real, or did they just like
it's crazy
Photoshop this? Cancel culture is absolutely insane, and there are like just some things that you do have to tread lightly on. But I just have this one story I want to share with you, just because it was a story that happened today, and that's what Tea Time's all about. There's really no script; we just talk about whatever, right?
Literally.
So like, I don't know if you've ever seen the Team Mutant Ninja Turtle movies when you were younger, like the 1990s movies, like the real life action.
I don't know the 90s, but I definitely watched like one of the 2000s.
The newer ones? Okay. Yeah. Well, the 90s are the originals, and they're really, really good. They're like one of my favorites. Those are one of the fond memories that I remember being at my grandma's house, Just like we'd watch Team Ninja Turtles all the time. My favorite was Leonardo, the guy with the two swords, if you guys don't know that. Blue headband.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like today, and not today, but today I found out the name of this song, but for like a month now, I've been like having this melody in my head, and I've been asking my coworkers, I'm like, yo, do you guys know this song? Because they're a little bit older. So like the only thing I had to work with, and I had to ask Google this, and I want you to bear with me in my vocals, but the word it was just like, here we go. I had to say it to Google, like, hey, Google, do you know that song that goes, she's trying to compute. Nope, I'm not talking to you right now. But anyway, I did find the name of that song, bro. I did find it. You ever hear that song? Does that, does that ring a bell?
Not really from them vocals, but.
Not giving you much to work with.
I mean, AI is just very powerful nowadays, because like to be able to grab it from there, like, pretty impressive.
No, they didn't get it. What I did is I went on Google and then I searched like all the 3 movies, and it was a third movie that I found it. The song is named Tarzan Boy.
Oh, okay.
It's named Tarzan Boy by who made it? This guy right here. And Baltimora, and if you look in like the comments and shit, I guess he died from AIDS like shortly after he released this video.
R.I.P. to Baltimora.
And people were like, yeah, I mean, you can see he doesn't look good, like he had AIDS.
Okay. Brings back memories.
That's what it is. That shit is funny as fuck. But those are like some of the things that happen to me that like, you ever just like have something on the tip of your tongue and like, yo, what the fuck am I trying to say?
And that's the most annoying thing to me. Especially when it's like a song that I'm like, okay, when I get home, I'm going to add this to my playlist since I'm lazy right now. And then I just totally forget. And then I'll have like the little melody in my head, and I'm trying to hum it to people, just as you were saying. but it never just works. It never goes as planned.
Yo, there was this one song that I couldn't remember, and it was a melody, and that's all I had was a melody. It was a hum, and come to find out, the song was "Amphetamine" by Samino. Okay. And what I did is I sent out like a mass like Snapchat, right? You want to know who replied and knew it?
Who?
1K.
Oh, of course he did.
1K.
His music categories is crazy. Like, it's all over the place. Like, he'll put me onto songs that I've never even heard, like, at all. Different genre. I feel like his music, I don't know, his style is everywhere,
He's a really good dude. As a matter of fact, we have the Legos here on the table now, okay? And I'm a little bit weary about putting the Legos on the table here right now because when he was here last time, I had this, like, astronaut statue, and it was accidental.
Oh, man.
It was accidental, but he's pretty brolic, so every now and then he forgets that he has got these fucking arms and shit. So at the end of the podcast, we're over here taking photos and shit, bro. He sideswipes the whole astronaut, and it broke. And I just got that gifted to me.
Yeah, nah, that's tragic.
It was tragic. And now he's like, yo, I got this astronaut for you. And then, like, last time he went to pull up, he was like, I'm going to need a rain check. I was like, yo, don't worry about it. What do you got, Mike?
Yeah, I'm probably going to insert the video of him trying to fix it on the camera right there, bro.
He does fix things. He is a construction worker. Like, he's always just had, like, the vision. Like, when I first met 1K, he was actually in school to be an architect. Because he always just had, like, the love of building, the passion of building things. Like, he loves creating one-of-one things. And I've seen it personally, especially with his shelves, things of that nature,
Yeah, he's great. And building stuff is therapy, and that's why I do the Legos.
Yeah.
It's therapy to me. Although sometimes I might have a nightmare. Okay, one day I was lotioning, and the lotion bottle fell over, and it broke one of my Legos. It launched one of the buildings off and smashed it on the floor right here. And I was like, fuck, but I was like, you got to get to work. So I said, I'm not worried about it. But it's very therapeutic doing Legos. It's a great time. I recommend anyone who's looking for something to pass your time, try out some Legos. It's really, really good. And it would teach you patience and, honestly, just kind of some discipline, too. Just being disciplined to following instructions.
I think Legos are, like, physical forms of, like, puzzles,
Yeah, 100%. Speaking about puzzle, we got this right here. This Rubik's Cube that I have never figured out yet, but I've been able to get up to this point right here. Okay,
It's actually close.
Can't figure out the top layer. I'm gonna go ahead and have this conversation with you and see. You want to fuck that up for me?
It's
have
crazy.
This conversation with you.
It's crazy because my cousin, he can do this like in a matter of like 36 seconds. Like he's just so quick with it.
Those people are legendary.
And me, I'm just over here like. All right. I think there's like a trick to it. Like I don't know. He explained it to me one time, but I just never seemed to grab it.
The trick is like an algorithm. I mean, as far as where I get to, there's steps to get to that way, and you find out what they call as cases. And cases is different ways or different forms of where you might be at. You might have case A or case B where your piece is in a corner, but you need it in the middle type of shit. You know what I mean? Right. So you have to remember that type of stuff. But it's really, really good to know and start learning. I haven't been able to figure out that top layer.
Oh, shit, I got it.
I haven't been able to figure out that. Yo, my face when he said that, I was just like, I was literally like, I haven't put that shit together yet. Yo, something that just happened in the world is that the state of Tennessee is now charging people who kill the parents of someone in a drunk car in a drunk driving accident. They're charging them, and they are responsible. Let's say the drunk driver kills the kid's parents. Mm-hmm. The drunk driver is now responsible for paying for that kid's child support for 18 years. How do you feel about that?
I think it's a fair exchange. Like, I'm not saying it's a good thing. It's actually a very unfortunate event that the parent died. But like, if you do get into a situation where it could have been preventable, I feel like anything that comes your way, like I feel like you just have to be held accountable. Like you just took somebody's whole life away.
I agree 100%. And I was thinking, I'm like, yo, so if they do that, right? But I'd like to just try to find the flaws in certain things. Like, let's say the drunk driver died in an accident. I wonder how they're going to play that. Will it be on the responsibility of the family? Like, let's say the family, the drunk driver's family is still alive, right? Is it now their responsibility? And that's what I don't know. I do think it's a great law. I do think that it will definitely make people think twice in the state of Tennessee where they love whiskey. It would make them think twice as to drinking and driving.
Right, but also if you like killed someone because you're over here drunk and like your main concern is having to pay their child support, I feel like that's not right. Like honestly, like it's actually very unfortunate. Like I ought to be more caring about like the family, you know, not like
Not so
I gotta
much
pay the
money.
child support now. Like what?
I get what you're saying. You're saying that it's more to money. It's like, yo, you just took someone's life
Yeah.
and you just took someone's parent. You know, like
Right.
money won't replace that.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely not. But it will definitely. I want a
Definitely
heart
help.
shit. Bang. Oh, fuck. Wait, there's one more step. I'm over here talking my shit. I didn't get it yet. We're working on it. So yeah, I saw that. That's a law, and I wonder if everyone in like the United States would adopt that law. I really wonder if they
I wouldn't
would.
be opposed of it.
I don't think I would be either. And honestly, it's probably the best thing for the nation, as well as putting limitations on some of these guns. I'm probably gonna lose a lot of like.
And it's
There we
crazy
go.
you say that because
There we go.
as I was in Atlanta the other day, they actually just passed a law where it's like now even if you're not licensed out there, you could still conceal your weapon. So it's
Really?
like, yeah, so it's like slowly and surely turning into Texas. But like
Hmm.
even if they're not licensed, like they're allowed to conceal their weapons. I'm sure there's a couple regulations you have to go through, but like yeah, it's now a thing. Actually just got passed.
There's rules and regulations to all that, you know, but also it's like you got to think about things like such as the prohibition, right? You can put all these limits and laws on guns, and unfortunately, mofos are still gonna find their guns. You're not gonna take their guns
That's how it is.
because it's in the Constitution. You know, that's the biggest argument. You're not gonna take our guns away from us because it's in the Constitution. So it's like, you have something to say? You grabbing the mic?
It'll also create more crime, you know?
You
what
think
it-
so?
Yeah, it creates more crime now. There's more illegal.
Yeah, now it's
pushing
like
stuff, too.
the most a person you wouldn't even expect, like anybody basically can just hold it concealed. Like you
Yeah.
really don't know. You just gotta be safe. Honestly, be safe.
Yeah, that's about, you know, your circle and who you're around. You know, it all depends on if you're gonna indulge yourself in that type of situation, you're gonna be around those type of people.
Right.
So when something bad happens to you, don't act how that happened.
Right.
It happened because you allowed it to happen. It happened because you chose to be in that setting. You know, and it's got to be something that we all got to be careful, especially you and I. You know, with going into scenes that we're meeting other people with, although it may not have nothing to do with us.
Right. Can definitely
You know.
still get yourself in a situation though.
Exactly. We're all just trying to be there, and that's just you know, you got to read the rules. You got to read the
Right.
room, and if it ain't your vibe, then get out.
Because wrong place, wrong time is a thing.
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time is very much so a thing. And as a matter of fact, I think I want to tell this story, but I was very hesitant to tell it
Go
because
ahead.
I don't think you know about it. But
All ears.
all right, bad place, right time, I guess. So I have this scar in my hand right here. All
Okay,
right, pretty
I
big
see it.
scar.
Pretty deep.
Yeah, the way that happened is my hand went through a window.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And how'd you manage to get your hand through a window?
Oh, how did my hand get through a window? Well, let's just say my friend was freestyling on a porch.
Okay.
And someone didn't like what he said. But he wasn't saying anything disrespectful. He wasn't saying your mom's fat, none of that. Like he really wasn't. He was just freestyling. Well, someone came up and grabbed him and like kind of tried to throw him off the porch. He landed on one step and then landed on the sidewalk there, right?
Ooh.
So then he ran back up the steps, got a homeboy's face, 1, 2, 3, bing, 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 dropped him, right? And then at that moment, I was like, all right, bro, we got to get the fuck out of here. Keep in mind, I just met this person. Literally just met this person. So I grab him by the shirt and I'm pulling him out of there, right? I'm pulling him out of there, bro. Someone bumps into him, bumps into me. My knuckle goes right through the window.
Oh.
Destroys the window. Easy, effortless.
Mm-hmm.
Effortless. And I had like a big shard in my hand. And it was just like, it was one of those situations. That was my first college house party, as a matter of fact. And that was my last college house party. You know, it was like,
Yeah,
that was my college experience.
The turn of events at a party could just change out of nowhere, honestly.
It was crazy. And the reason I share with you that story is because that party was at your house.
Oh. Oof.
Are we connecting the pieces here?
I feel like I did hear about that, but that was the weekend that I wasn't in Scranton, actually. But I did hear a story, one of that story. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Man.
that shit happened.
Man, sheesh.
It's okay, though.
Oh.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, nah, it wasn't my house.
I know
but
it wasn't your house, but it was
Yeah,
yours.
you
Yeah,
gotta
it
go
was
to-
your...
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
They never found out it was me. Now you might find out it's me. You're not
it's
getting
alright.
money for that window. I'll tell you that much. You're not.
It's way too late for all that. Too late for all
That
that.
was a year ago.
Yeah, it was a year ago. Yep. He's not lying.
That was one of the craziest nights of my dude. My hand was in. I really should have got stitches. You want to know what I used? Liquid Band-Aid. I was a surgeon that night. I was a surgeon that night, and it was a rough week. And I think I started. Yeah, I started my job the next day, like my new job the next day. And I come into work with like a wrapped up hand, and I told him, "Oh yeah, someone cleated me in football. My hand was on the ground. Someone cleated me, sat to my hand."
That's actually happened to me before. Like somebody stepped on me with their track spikes though.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
You ran track.
Yeah, in high school.
You're pretty tall. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More of a cross country. I used to go to my meets and be like, "Yeah, I'm straight from Ghana." Get them a little bit intimidated.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, you told me last time we met. You told me where you were from. Where your ethnicity is, and you mentioned that you spoke Portuguese.
Yeah, it's a Portuguese Creole actually. Like my parents are from Cape Verde, which is an island in the west coast of Africa. So that was the first language I learned actually.
Do you still know it pretty free?
No, that's all I speak with my parents every day.
Really?
Yeah, that's
That's
all I
awesome.
speak. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Like they taught me that in home, and I learned English in school. Yeah.
Same situation. I learned Spanish at home, and my first word, according to my mother, was basura,
Basura.
which is trash. That's a 3 words. That's a 3-word, like 3 syllables in one word right there. So I find it hard to believe that was my first word, Mom. I really do. But if that's what she says, that's what she says. And I remember a time when I was working at Kalahari, right? Mm-hmm. I was working at Kalahari, and someone's like, "Oh, Kev, this person's speaking Spanish to me. I need you to come over and speak to this person so we can get their car." All right, cool. I came over, right? "Hi, how you doing? Da da da." Bro, she starts rambling, saying all these words, right? I'm looking at her. I'm like, okay. I look over my coworker. I'm like, yeah, she's not speaking Spanish, bro.
No, isn't there like a lot of different like forms of Spanish?
She was speaking Portuguese.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of. Oh, she was speaking Portuguese.
Yes,
Oh wow.
because I was able to get some terms
Right.
because I feel like Portuguese and Spanish are closely related.
Yeah, it's similar.
So I was able to make out a little bit, but like once she started going off the rails, I looked at her and I was like, "Bro, you're on your own."
Yeah, that's why I can speak. I mean, I can understand Spanish for the most part, and like even if I find someone who's not very, who can speak English, like if they're straight Spanish, like I can get the basics out. But again, Portuguese Creole is actually very similar to.
What's Creole? What's that portion? I remember.
It's like Creole. There's different forms of Creole. Like the one Creole is like the French people or the Haitians. Like they speak Creole. Like people from Haiti speak Creole, but it's not necessarily the same Creole as us. It's very similar, but ours is a dialect. Theirs is like mostly French. Like,
would you be able to say a phrase?
yeah, I could say anything. What do you want me to say?
That's a tough question.
Hoje tenho podcast. Like that means like today I have a podcast.
Oh, okay.
Tenho bom dia. That means like I'm having a great day.
Yeah. I caught that one.
Yeah.
Because in Spanish it's tiene un buen día.
Yeah, it's very similar. Exactly.
Very similar. I like that, man. That's very, very cool. Do you have something to say, Mike? Oh, okay, you got the mic. All right, well, hey, man. I think we're going to wrap up Tea Time here. We had shared some great stories. We had a great podcast.
Shout out Arizona.
Thank you for tuning into Tea Time. Remember, this is not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see you all next week. Thank you.
Northstar out.